What's up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after.
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know,
Pull out the card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right.
Now I can go back to minding my own business. Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
You bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine, right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like it.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
What up, y'all? Yeah. It's been 14 days since I seen y'all now. Woo. I just want to say happy Mother's Day to everybody. No, I'm sorry. That's the reason why we wasn't here. But we're here now, and I'm excited. I just want y'all to know, y'all, it's going to be a great show. You know, we had one go down, but y'all know there's always a ram in the bush. I mean, a lamb in the bush, right? Yeah. So we're going to get this thing started. Mary had, you know what it is. Come on, let's get the family in here and talk to them. Sister, hey, girl.
Hi.
My brother, Kenny.
What up? What up?
I ain't got Black, y'all, but listen. Mary had a little lamb in the building.
Got a lamb in the bush.
Y'all
Riding in the Lambo today, huh?
the Lamborghini.
Right on.
Yes.
I know that's right, for real.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, the real estate insider. Man, thank you for being on, man. Yes, sir.
What
yes,
up, brother
sir.
Lamb?
So listen, if y'all don't know, Black is under the weather. Well, I take that lie back. He did a special over the Mother's Day holiday. He had if you did $7, he gave you $7 free. So I think he double booked. So just a little bit. We don't want to take away from that situation. A lot of ladies signed up, man. A lot of people bought that Mother's Day special. So
Man,
Black
you
had to put
wrong,
in
bro. You wrong.
Sound about right. That sound about right.
That's what I'm saying. So, you know, he double booked. You got to keep the things on ice. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so, but y'all, listen, we about to enjoy this moment here because my brother's here. Y'all, listen, don't you dare forget about that tip jar tipping point, right?
Yeah,
Talking
yes,
point. Yeah, listen, we trying to do the dang thing today. And listen, and I know Lamb know how to make some money. So, you know what I'm saying? He come from the church streets.
Yeah, that one right there definitely know how to.
Yeah. So listen, if Levi T can make it, just let him stop by and see if he can give us a little raise us a little offering tonight.
I have to see if he's around.
Okay.
Boy, here we go.
All right.
Put him over the building fund. We're gonna put him over.
Girl, honey, I'm doing virtual building. I'm not. I wish I would put a brick and mortar up. Anyway, listen. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping up with politics as normal. There's a lot to talk about in politics, but there's just a couple of things I want to talk about. Number one, I want to talk about the debt ceiling. Now, if y'all don't know about the debt ceiling, it is a really serious issue because in the next 9 days? It's 31 days in May.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in about 9 days, y'all, the government is gonna shut down. And now I don't know if they playing around or what. Biden seems to be chill, but McCarthy says that he's not trying to make a deal. And even when they kept going back and forth, McCarthy was like, "Hey, we not making no deals, but we making progress. But then here come the MAGA Republicans saying, "No, we ain't signing nothing if y'all gonna do that." I just want to know, y'all think it's gonna happen?
I think it is. I think they do this every freaking year or 2 years, every time until the last minute. Wait a minute. 1 year it kind of went over, didn't it?
It did. Yeah, they was counting down the day. That's why I said they be acting like they don't do this. It's like, no, y'all did this before already.
Yeah, and it affects a lot of people.
The military.
Yeah. So I think it may go 5 to 10 days over, but I think it's gonna happen. Yeah, and Biden is gonna cave because he's trying to get reelected.
Because it happened under Trump's watch, and so you know that if it's gonna happen to him, it's sure gonna happen to them. So, so do y'all know, some of the things that can transpire if this happens? So, okay, one thing is, hey, Miss Tori, good to see you. Thank you for joining me. What's up, Craig? Good to see you, man. What up, Craig? Yeah, again, my thing freezing up, so I apologize, y'all. What there it is. So, Miss Tori says they do this every year. Says they are not shutting down. Forget always just wants attention. Yeah, I agree with you. But here's the possibilities, like Social Security. Now I don't know if that works for Social Security disability, but definitely for the retirees. Like they don't get their checks, and then all of them don't get paid, and there's just a lot of dominoes. Even the government workers.
Does it stop the stamps?
I don't know. I mean, it's a part of the government money funding. So, so if y'all got some on that card, y'all better hold it. Don't sell them. Don't sell them. Yeah, that's right, Craig. The U.S. value of the U.S. dollar goes down. So it's just a lot that can happen. And it's going to, So, again, I'm looking for some of these prophets out here in these church streets to kind of tell the folks what's going to happen. They ain't coming through for us. So I don't know. But
this is always the political posturing that both these the Democrats and Republicans like to do when this comes up every year, just like Toria says, like Lamb says. It's just a political ploy, man, that they like to prey on the American people's emotions. I think they're gonna get something done. I think it's gonna be down to the wire, like it always is, but they're gonna get something done.
Right. So I agree with that too. So I don't know. All right. One more thing in politics. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's one of the MAGA Republicans, and she likes to show out. So apparently she has expressed her disdain for drag queens. That don't sound nothing issue. What'd you say? Social Security checks do not go out. Yeah, police, fire department. Yeah, that's what we thought. Right. Yeah. Oh, she said, yeah, y'all social service. Y'all ain't getting none of that. Yeah, no, So none of that. So apparently, again, she comes for a lot of people, man. So now she's out there, her name's out there, man. So these folks go come for her. So we have a station here in Dallas, WFFA on Channel 8. Apparently her fiance used to work for Channel 8.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they got a video of him in drag. Well, he was dressed up like an old woman, and so now they coming for her. And this is all I want to say about politics. You got to be careful, man, because everybody, this whole internet, man, it has a abyss, and if you get caught in it, man, it'll catch you up. And so now they calling her a hypocrite for condemning drag queens because of her man dressing like a woman. So it's just they're not civilized people anymore, if you ask me.
She does look like one.
Yes. So if y'all go to her
okay, I'm about to go check it out.
If y'all go to her Twitter page, they posted it on there, and she started laughing. She said she thought we making a whole big to do about nothing about it. So I guess, She said, "Funny, she does not like drag queens when she looks."
Oh, Miss Tori on one tonight.
Yeah, you're right. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
So listen, y'all. That's a little politics. I don't want to talk about Trump. I want to wait till somebody else arrest him again because he got a lot of charges coming. So I don't want to get into that until he gets started. So
he finna have to tussle with the Republican Negro.
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh. You talking about Tim Scott, right?
Man,
you
come
talking
on.
about Tim Scott? Yeah,
on,
I saw that.
That mule ain't nothing but a mule.
You talking about that? You talking about that Sambo? That's what you talking about.
I can't wait to see how nasty this get. It's gonna get.
Yeah,
he might not call him. He might call him.
He probably will. You know he is. He gonna call him boy. He gonna call him boy. I bet you that. I know he gonna call him a boy.
Can't wait for his nickname.
He gonna call him bald-headed boy. Watch.
Yeah.
That bald-headed boy. All right, where we at next? Here it is. Magazine models. And I ain't talking about the ones they cover up in the grocery store. I'm talking about, Sports Illustrated, Muscle, XXA. I don't even think we look at magazines no more, do we? No.
No, not really.
Yeah, no, not really. But do you ever remember any of the Sports Illustrated models y'all remember looking at?
Oh yeah, I do.
What was the most famous one you saw?
Tyra Banks, was she on there?
Yeah, Tyra Banks was the one that I already. Yeah.
That's the only one I remember.
Yeah,
Pamela Anderson maybe.
Yeah,
I think she was too. I'm not sure about her.
Yeah, I liked Serena's. Hers was cool.
Carmen Electra, I'm going way back.
Yeah, you are. Sister, I know you ain't talking about no. Did you like any of the men?
There were some people on it, but I can't.
You ain't never look at the men?
I ain't never. I thought it was about women. To be honest with you, I didn't even.
There be some men on there.
Oh,
they do some men. Well, listen, it's 2023, and listen, they have outdone themselves this year, and so I want y'all to show y'all the new Sports Illustrated front cover of the swimsuit edition.
My Lord, help me in the Holy Ghost.
My sister talked about Genuine and them knees, but them knees right there.
Oh my God.
They look like they'll give out too.
I don't understand why they went this direction, but okay.
Man, I just, Kenny, I know inclusion is such a big deal now, but I mean, some things, okay, I'll be careful. I mean, Kenny, what you think, man? You picking up that edition?
Man, hell no, I ain't picking up that edition. For what? I'm damn so gonna skip the cover. That's for damn sure. I'm going right to the articles. I'm going right to the articles, bro. No, sir. I'm good on that.
Yes, sir. You knew it. Come on, Craig. Listen, man. It don't take long for me to figure. It's really easy to figure me out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, sister, is she representing right?
And I agree. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
In her defense, she's like almost 80, like she's like 80 years old or something.
Mm-hmm.
She says she ain't never touched her face. And also, in case y'all don't know, senior citizens and elderly people make up the highest rate of STDs. So somebody looking at it, you know what I'm saying? Goodness. I mean, I'd rather her be on Sports Illustrated than Caitlyn Jenner be Woman of the Year. So
I agree with that.
Amen.
And she is in her 70s.
81. No, she's 81.
She's over 81. She's over 80.
Barbara Corcoran, y'all know who she is?
Shark Tank.
Yes, the chick from Shark Tank, Barbara Corcoran. She did a side, like she tried to redo that picture of Martha and talking about like she got it too, and she in her 70s. I said, what is this world coming to? Why,
man?
We're going, Lamb. What you got, bro?
People keep saying she looked good for 81. Perhaps with all the photoshopping they done did to it, of course they done smoothed it out as much as they could. They couldn't smooth it out too much, or it'll be erased. But they smoothed it out as much as they could. and sure, she look okay for 81, but nobody is interested in looking at no old woman on no cover, no magazine. They just not. I don't know what to say.
They not.
Not a little bit.
Nope.
Oh my
I don't care if she had
goodness.
a, I don't care if she had a body like
Also,
Serena Williams.
also, don't forget, they recently had a girl on, I think, a Playboy cover that has Down syndrome. They're trying to
Oh, they
be
did. They did.
inclusive. I don't care what nobody says. I'd rather see them than Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
true.
That's
That
true.
is true.
Yes, I'll be black tonight. Listen, I don't want to see nobody with no goddamn Down syndrome. No kind of deformities, elderly, transgender. None of that. Don't know. They should get their own magazine. If you really want to see it, they know what they're getting. It's quite the surprise to get a magazine off the magazine rack and you see somebody with Down syndrome or elderly on there. Their legs gap.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, you
Cher just had a 37-year-old black boyfriend, and she is 107. So somebody like it.
Yes. Listen, Lamb, great job.
Y'all wouldn't date Cher. That lady worth $1 billion. Quit playing.
Who? What you say, Devin?
Yeah.
Date Cher?
She said y'all would.
Y'all act like y'all wouldn't date Cher.
No, I'll play with her though.
I don't know. Well,
I would play with her. After midnight, I'll play with her.
Well, hold on.
Yes.
Now, I had to think about it.
Listen,
I get to looking in my pockets. I'd be like, well, I might as well go and get this money. Get this money.
Money. We have to have an arrangement.
At some age, that thing just don't do right no more. So I don't know what y'all want to do about all that. Now, listen.
Just put some WD-40 on it. That's all.
You carry some Vaseline around in your pocket.
Okay, I see where we're headed.
And some jumper cables. Get some jumper cables. Keep some jumper cables. Some WD-40. You'll be good to go. It's all right.
Black, the boys are doing you proud this evening. They're doing you proud this evening, Doc. Come on, man. Craig, I hope you're wrong, Doc, but I don't think you're far from there.
No, I hope he's wrong too, but I think that is going to be happening. I do.
Yeah.
What Craig put up there. Yep, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So, I took a look at a few of the pictures, and I just don't think that well, whatever. I don't know what the motivation is, but it's cool. Again, I'm not an ageist. Right? Ain't that one of the issues with people? Yeah, whatever. Okay. All right, so I'm just reporting the news, y'all. So anyway, that was a good impersonation, Lamb of Black. I appreciate that, man.
yeah, Black. You did it proud, brother.
You just don't have your smoke or your drink. Where you drinking?
Right. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
All right, y'all. Here we go. Brother Kenny, give us some of these what's in them sports streets out there, brother?
Man, we got a lot going on. Matter of fact, right now. Good evening to everybody, by the way. I got to speak to my family. I hope everybody's had a good weekend. But, yeah, we got the Western Conference Finals going on right now. The Lakers are already in an 0-3 hole. It's going into the second quarter. They are up by 10 on the Nuggets. So the Lakers look like they're not going to go down without a fight. And I think they're going to win tonight. But I think eventually the Nuggets is going to take this thing in 5. And the Eastern Conference Finals, we got the Heat and the Celtics in an 0-3 hole too. And I think that's a wrap for them. Stick a fork in it, they done. I just think the Heat got their number. They won't play again until tomorrow night. So both of these series actually could be done. Both could sweep. If both teams, the Heat and the Nuggets sweep these teams, this will be the first time in NBA history that both finals have ended in a sweep since in 1971. So that could happen, but the Lakers gonna make it tough. But kind of change the subject. We want to talk about the late great Jim Brown. He died on Thursday. He died peacefully in his sleep in his LA home. His wife Monique posted it on her social media on Friday. I think most people don't understand what Jim Brown really meant to the NFL, as well as to Black Americans, because he was big into the community. He played in over 30 dozen movies, from Dirty Dozen to Any Given Sunday to Original Gangsters. Did y'all ever watch any of y'all see Original Gangsters? Jim Brown was in that. 100 Rifles and I'm Going to Get You, Sucker. He's been in a whole lot, but a lot of things that I've read today, a lot of people want to talk about some of his issues with domestic violence. And, Obviously, he's had some issues with that, but his impact on the NFL will always will go unmatched. I just like to get your guys' thoughts on Jim Brown and what do you remember about Jim Brown? I'm gonna start with you, Miss Devin. I know you may not be big into football with Jim Brown, but what do you remember about him?
But I do remember him as an actor, and I always, would definitely want to give him his props and his accolades for that, as well as his activism, his civil rights activism. I want to give him his props for that. I've never heard anything about like domestic violence or whatever, but you know how the media does. If people are giving him too many props, they're gonna start digging in his past and for negative things. But I do want to give him his props at least for that, for his acting chops, because I wasn't in sports back then, and his civil rights activism.
Yeah, and that was big. He organized the Cleveland Summit when Muhammad Ali, heavyweight champ, said that he wasn't going to Vietnam. So Jim Brown was part of that Cleveland Summit. Him and the late Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and some other Black American athletes, they were part of that too. And Miss Toria brought up something that was interesting. I'm gonna toss this question to Lamb. I don't know if you know this, but Jim Brown actually broke color barriers in Hollywood. He was the first Black man was able to actually have a romantic scene with a white woman, which was Raquel Welch.
Yep.
And that happened in the 60s. So that was big. I know Lamar, you big in the movies, you write scripts. How big was that in your opinion?
It was huge. However, I think he's the first Black man to do that, but he's also the first Black man to be a Trump supporter, and nobody ever give a damn about it. When he died, nobody cares that he's a Trump supporter.
That's true.
Not Trump supporter, mind you.
That's true. You're right. And
I
was pissed off about that
nobody
too.
Cares, but I think that's great. I think it's great that Black people are able to be Republicans or Trump supporters or whatever and not get castigated, even when they pass on to glory. So that's quite interesting that nobody cares, or people just didn't know.
I didn't even know it.
I did, because I was disappointed when him and Kanye West went to the White House, that meeting. I was like, no, Jim, what you doing, bro? I feel like Trump used him as a photo op, which he did in the end. He did use him as a photo op. So yeah, I was feeling some type of way about Jim, but then I get it because I know he was advocating to see what, sometimes you gotta talk to the enemy to know what they actually was, what's behind their thought process. So I kind of came around after that. Brother Brenton, he was big on the big game issues that we had in LA. He was big in the one to secure the gang truce between the Bloods and the Crips in the late 80s and early 90s. He actually started a thing called America I Can, which was part of giving convicted felons, and those that have served time, to give them opportunities and jobs and stuff like that. What's your thoughts on his work with the gang violence and being a pivotal part of kind of getting that truce over in LA?
Yeah. Hey, Miss Bama, good to see you.
Hey, Miss Bama.
Yeah, so Toria said his mind was gone then.
No,
So yeah, man, that's what we're missing today. You know what I'm saying? Those figures, we got clowns wanting to get on social media and point guns to their heads, and it's just what it speaks to is that we've lost. I'm not even gonna just say strong Black men, just strong men, period. You know what I'm saying? That won't even take the time out, man. Everybody's gotten to their own space and they just want to be left alone now. And sometimes I get it, because when you try to help people, sometimes they'll turn on you. So you just don't know who you can and can't help. So, I respect them for what they did. It was popular I say it's popular, but you saw more athletes being advocates like that, trying to better, their areas. So yeah, it was a good thing, man. And again, he had the respect of the people because of what he did. He used his platform correctly. I will say this: I think probably one of the closest people that does that today is LeBron. LeBron probably reminds me of Jim Brown's activism. I mean, for him to put that school in Akron like that, and for those kids, that's kind of Jim Brown-ish for me. You know what I'm saying? And they both from Cleveland, so you know what I'm saying. So I can see how, So that's how I see it. I wish more people would, but it is what it is. He wasn't old. Yeah, he was there with him, wasn't he? Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right, Miss Tori. So again, Jim Brown, we lost the legendary NFL running back. He was 87 years old, and it's funny, he and Michael Jordan actually shared the same birthday. And I don't know if y'all know that Jim Brown and Mike, he called him and Tiger Woods out quite a bit because he felt like they wasn't doing enough for the black community. So I just thought that was interesting that they shared the same born day. So we're going to say rest in power to Jim Brown, probably the greatest running back to ever play the game. Number 32 has been retired by the Cleveland Browns. They already have a statue out in front, and I'm sure his funeral, whatever they do, is probably going to be big, just like Jim Brown was. We're going to miss that great black American. So, again, that's been my sports segment. I'm tossing it back to you, Brother Brent.
Man, I sure appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Toria. Please, everybody, y'all like and share this thing because this is what we do. And we're trying to normalize some black logical conversations.
Right.
So,
amen.
All right. I apologize for transitioning like this, but we go from Jim Brown to this next story. Sorority sister. So there's a group of, and I love where we are in Wyoming. There is a sorority house. I don't want to mess up their name, but it's Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority in the University of Wyoming. So these are Caucasian sisters, and apparently they had an issue because on the Ingram Angle show reported that the sorority member in question, the person's name is Artemis Langford, allegedly would sit on the sofa in a common area watching the sisters walk by for prolonged periods of time. One allegation she added reportedly stated that Langford was seen having an erection through leggings. In a statement to Laura Ingram, the National Kappa Kappa Gamma chapter said it is aware of the litigation and that it intends to address concerns through the legal process. So apparently Artemis, I don't think he's fixed. Listen, don't politically correct me. However it come out, it just come out. So Artemis is supposed to be transgender, but even Caitlyn Jenner came on a show and said that he ain't had no change. He ain't nothing happened, but he's sitting in the sorority house checking out the women. We told y'all, and again, we ain't nobody, but I'm telling y'all, when we start going down this slippery slope of inclusion, people gonna cut up. So, I want to start my boy. Yeah, put him on, Doc, because I'm coming to you first. But what's your thoughts, man, about Artemis and his apparent erection of?
I think that if you don't have enough, if you ain't bold enough to go all the way, then I don't have a whole lot of respect for your cause until you go all the way with it. If you still got your dangling, then I don't think you should get the rights that they fighting for. And I know that's not a popular statement, and some people might not like it, and that's okay. So I think because stuff like this, you still got your junk, it still works. Your what is it, hormone? What is it we got? What make us rise? I don't know, whatever it is. It still works.
Testosterone.
Yeah, so you have not switched all the way over. You still you want your cake and you want to eat it too. you want both sides of the coin, and you can't do that. And I don't think that's right. That's all I got.
All right, sister. Educate us. What's the problem here?
I've actually seen conflicting reports on this. Like, apparently it was like 40-something girls in this sorority, and only like 6 or 7 of them band together to say this, and some of the other ones are saying that it's not true. They're just being transphobic and that these things didn't happen, that this person doesn't even live in the house, is not going to live in the house, and just some people. But what I want to say is not everyone is ready for this. Let's be honest. Like,
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
everyone wants to be inclusive and everyone be treated a certain type of way. And if you choose your gender, everyone should respect your gender, yada, yada, yada. But the fact of the matter is, everyone's not ready for this. Because I've even had the mistake in the past of having a friend that was a gay male and thinking I could be comfortable and be naked and stuff like that. And then one day he was like, look, I know y'all comfortable around me and I'm gay, but I like titties too. And those were the words. So sometimes I think sexuality is on a spectrum, and we assume that somebody is 100% one way sexually, and they still may have certain urges and things like that, even if they prefer or they live as a female. So everybody's not quite ready for that and not ready for this transgender female to be dressing and being naked and sleeping and eating. You know what I'm saying? It's just uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to be in a woman's shower, which they don't do that, and then one of the chicks finally got a whole penis. Like, that's just different. And maybe I'm old, but I don't think girls want that either. And I would feel uncomfortable if it was my daughter, because I would be like, how do we know he's or she is truly, I don't know what you call it. Is it still homosexual, heterosexual?
Transition. Fully transition. You ain't transition till you get the
I mean, because technically she's no longer homosexual. She's now heterosexual because she lives as a, you know what?
Right.
That's
it.
it.
What is it called? They call it fluid or something, don't they? Don't they call it fluid?
Yeah, the fluid.
I call it asinine.
Pansexual. You can be pansexual. It's a lot. Hell,
I used to just call them freaks back in the day.
Well, that's a good term now. Freaks is positive now, so you can't use freaks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know. I just know I found a sorority, and one of my sorority sisters had a penis. It would make me uncomfortable. I'll just say that.
Oh, wow.
Kenny, let me ask you like this: Is the sister sororities? Now I'm talking about us as sororities. Is we gonna play that?
Oh hell no, they ain't gonna play that. No. No, you ain't coming up in there with the sisters and Yo Johnson is at saluting. No, bro, you have to cut that thing off, or you put it in a bag or something. You got to tape it to your leg or something to keep it where it's supposed to be. No, sisters ain't gonna do that. That brother go, man, no. I'm just confused by this whole story, to be honest with you. This is totally confusing to me. Is this person, this transgender, are they part of the sorority, or are they trying to be in the sorority?
Trying to be a part of the sorority, but I don't think they live there yet.
So they just chilling. They were just chilling on the couch and just, they saw all the women walking through there, and he got a hard on. Okay.
I don't know.
Y'all, let me tell you, I'm gonna interrupt you. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. Mark my word, on this day, y'all heard me say it. I'm waiting for somebody like Black to put on a wig and walk up in there with $14 and say I'm a transgender and I should be allowed to live in this sorority house with these 40 females, and say, and what the hell y'all gonna do about it? And he go sit in there with his blunt, his wig on, and his Hennessy, and we ain't gonna be able to say a word. So they need to just start drawing boundaries now.
But the problem is that the Democrats are going to make this possible. It's going to legally, Democrats are going to make it okay because they going for all this. They all for all this, for votes. So it is going to be legal for all that to happen. You ain't going to be able to, it's almost like you're not going to be able to say somebody's not. It's not going to be up to you. It's going to be up to the courts. You're going to be able to get sued for discriminating against somebody, for saying, because I identify as a heifer. and I'm not a heifer. I know it's gonna happen.
It's just a matter of time. It's gonna happen.
Okay, but see,
you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
But see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you how bad it is right now. And again, this slope is steep and slippery. There's a man currently that wants to identify as a 6-year-old girl. I'm telling you,
sick.
listen.
That's sick, man.
I'm telling y'all, if I did, it's right. If I had enough stomach, I would have put that as one of the stories to talk about. But I just wanted to bring it up, y'all. That again, man, we're getting so delusional that you'll just say and do whatever you need to say to get yourself in or out of whatever you want to get yourself in or out of.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. We cannot. Everybody cannot have their own level standard of morality. You just can't do it. But that's what we're doing.
But yeah, well, the thing is, the government is trying to make it to set the standard for what morality is. We're passing all these laws. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna say this is what morally is correct. Is what they're doing with all these transgender laws and all that. And it's funny that seemed like to me the transgenders in them got more rights than people of color. Seemed like we last on the list now when it comes to protecting. They protect them before they protect black folks.
I don't know.
Civil rights. I don't understand what's so hard about creating a third section. Like you got the male gender, you got the female gender. Why not have the transgender? All that own bathrooms, own sports. I don't understand. Men and women have been separated for years, since the beginning of time. What's so hard about creating a third?
Right, I agree with you. Yeah. Craig says the liberals don't know what they want. 1 minute they want to accept transgender, the next minute they're mad because the transgender men are dominating women's sports. But I'm gonna tell y'all, even with Caitlyn Jenner, for somebody who wants to be accepted, when do you draw the line? How do you hypocritically tell Artemis that he is not? I just don't, again, I don't know how y'all gonna fix this.
Because
it's gonna go through the courts. It's gonna go through the courts.
A middle-aged white man that happened to have put a wig on about some titties. That is the most transphobic, homophobic, transgender person. She still got the attitude of a racist, rich, middle-aged white man.
Yeah,
I ain't never known somebody that hate what they want to be when they show up. It looks like a straight drag queen. It makes no sense to me.
And the crazy thing is, we've all been conditioned now. We all refer to her as her. It's become the norm now.
You're right, Lamar.
Her.
Right. You're right.
It's not even a thought. That's weird. That's so crazy.
I'm just telling y'all, man. I just want y'all to know. Listen, as soon as I find one of them jokers running up in one of them AKAs, Delta, listen, I'm ready to report it. Listen, man down.
It seems like it's a whole lot more men trying to be women than women trying to be men.
It is. It is. I agree with that.
That's interesting. That's interesting that you say that. I don't know how true that is, but that is.
I believe
interesting. Do you?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Tori said the golf course Bruce went to, he wanted to play in the women's golf tournament. They told
he needed one. She need whatever. Portland, whatever her name is.
All right. We'll move on from that, y'all. This world we are going so far down. So far down. Okay, listen. Y'all know this is one of my favorite segments that we just brought to the show, and I'm so excited to see Lamb here. Uh-oh. So I again, if you don't know the rules, I'm gonna show you something, and try your best. I know Sister couldn't do it last week. But I want you to do your best to give me a one-word answer. I'll try to give commentary to help with this first one because it's different. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, y'all out there, folks. Y'all give me a one-word answer. Here we go. Y'all know who that is?
Yeah. I'm Dr. King.
Yeah, but y'all know who created that, right? So give
Probably
me
one word answer for me. Disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Disappointed.
I can't see nothing.
You didn't see it?
No. Oh, there it is. I can see that.
Okay. I didn't. I guess he was in a fraternity, but okay, sister. Since you saw it, what you think?
Shame.
Okay. All right, Lamb.
Scary.
One word answer.
Scary.
Okay, so listen, I know Miss Tori, they all do. So there's an AI generated. So you remember how AI did the Pope and Donald Trump? So somebody asked AI to make Martin look like that in some type of attire, and that's how AI said that he. I guess that's how what AI thought Martin would look at a younger age. I mean, it that's just not who Martin was. So I don't know what the context was to get that thing to do that. Yeah, disrespectful, Craig. I'm with you on that one.
Right.
You know, so I just want y'all to be careful, man, about this whole internet thing. It's coming, y'all, and you gotta have your head. Yeah, you gotta have your head on straight, man, in order to understand the truth about how they can manipulate and twist things up for us. So
I'm just ready for them dudes that's for the streets, them community penis dudes. They gonna be acting like AI did all they stuff, eh? They just lying.
I haven't thought about that. Yeah, right. You can only blame on AI.
Yeah, you're right.
That'll be a new MTV show. They got catfish. Now they gonna have okay, I ain't gonna say that.
AI fish.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
ping
something
fish
too.
or something. I don't know, ping pong or something. Ping pong, you're wrong. Okay. Okay, here's my next one. It's a video. I just want one word answer from y'all. So y'all take a look.
Damn.
Yuck.
Why?
So you wouldn't want to date nobody like that?
I want to know why he woke up one day and said, "Can I smell my own booty?" Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Oh man, you know, I mean,
that's a good one, Craig. Out.
Yeah. I think for me, that's the dude that need to be on. So you think you can dance? I guess.
Right, American Got Talent or something.
Right,
bro. It's like, what are y'all doing with y'all time that y'all want us to see you do something that I don't know?
Flicked it. That's the word. Flicked it.
Flicked.
Flicked it.
Oh, man, listen, there's some weird people out here in this world, man. And some weird people how they think, and it's weird people what they do. So, what? Oh, oops. Okay. So all right, y'all. We'll keep bringing y'all these fools out here in these streets and let y'all know what time it is. So, all right, sister, you ready?
Ready.
I was sure hoping you picked that one too. So, tell us who business you getting into today.
As usual, all I do is mind my own, and then I ran across my favorite celebrity couple, the power couple, the Wades.
Oh Lord.
Gabrielle Union did an interview recently, and she was saying that her and Dwayne Wade split their bills 50-50, and she still has anxiety about being financially secure due to all of her responsibilities, which force her to be a workaholic. Although they do support homes outside of their home separately, when it comes to handling their own finances, they do that as partners. Now, I have my own opinions about them because I feel like they are a non-binary couple and they ain't gonna do nothing regular because they own special too. But what I wanted to ask y'all was, in 2023, why is this a discussion? Why are we still having discussions about paying 50-50 and all that fun stuff? I'm gonna start with you, Brother Brent.
Well, I really think it has to do with, again, everybody has their own morality. There's their own standard, right? The reality is that people, it started out by us establishing the relationship with traditions and people taking even the Bible and the way the Bible teaches, and then they manipulate things like that. I think we should just stay out of everybody's relationship. Like, it doesn't matter to me what you do if it works. The only time I should even be making an opinion about your relationship is if you coming to me complaining about what you're doing. But again, Gabrielle is bringing this to social media. So Gabrielle, when you bring this to social media, guess what social media gonna do? They're gonna give you their opinions, and that's what it is for me. I don't really care. Shoot.
All right, Lamb, in your last relationship, current and next, I don't know your business. Y'all laying the electric bill on the table and the gas bill and the water bill, and y'all laying out dollars to split it 50-50. What you doing?
In the past, I wasn't interested, but in the future, I might. I'm looking for a woman that for that type of situation. Not immediately, but in the future, a little bit future. I'm willing to take care of everything as long as she do. So we got to make an agreement on what she gonna provide in the household, in the bedroom, and what I'm gonna provide fiscally. All right, but as far as Gabrielle is concerned, I just don't like the fact that she's trying to play victim and passive aggressively complain about it. You got an issue with it, discuss it with your man. I mean, she worth 45 million, he worth almost 200 million, something like that, give or take. I don't understand what the complaint's about. You choosing to take care of folks outside of your house. Why are you coming on national TV? I'd be mad if I was him and complaining so people can gonna get on your side about this whole situation. Y'all ain't hurt for no money. Be quiet. She just like attention, it seems. But it is something I would do.
But isn't she doing this because she said her last man like cheated on her or something like that?
Well, she felt like because she paid all the bills, she was allowed to cheat. She feels like whoever pays the majority of the bills holds the power.
And that's it. She thinks that it's gonna keep him from cheating because she paying half the bills. When you already you let him wear dresses, you let your child transition to a boy or girl, whatever it turned into. So you don't think your man ain't screwing somebody else, even if y'all paying 50-50? And you damn near 50 years old, or over 50 years old now. And he a rich basketball, he's crazy. She idiot.
That's hilarious.
I'm sick of her now. I used to like her. I'm so sick of her.
I'm sick of them too. Ken, what you think about not that non-binary couple in particular, but a regular couple?
I think teamwork makes the dream work. Whatever works in your house. If that's how y'all set it up, everybody on the same page. I mean, I think that's kind of how it is now. If both of y'all bringing a lot of bread to the table, I don't see what the big issue would be. As long as you all on the same page, I'm like, yeah, for sure, So I don't see what the big deal. Now, as far as Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, I think sometimes Gabrielle Union just be talking too much. She put too much of their business out there. I think some of that stuff we don't even want to know about. So, okay. So, I mean, if you don't like it, talk to your husband. Don't talk to the cameras about it. If you're feeling some type of way about it, So, that's my opinion.
So, is she still relevant now? Because I know she wasn't in Bad Boys 4.
Not really.
She's
not really relevant.
She clearly not. I just feel like every relationship should run their relationship the way they want to and keep folks out of your business, especially people like me who gonna be talking about your business. Do their stuff just should depend on how much money they make and what they feel works for them. I personally can't sit back and let nobody pay everything and take care of me because I need kiss my ass ability. And like Gabrielle, I feel like you give that away if you let somebody hold the whole purse string. So I feel like that's what she doing. She also got the balls in the relationship. She probably paid more than 50-50, to be honest with you, and take his money because that's just what they do. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of their business now and get back to minding my own.
Okay. Well, Sister Show, appreciate you. Listen, I'll say it like this. For me to even come up with these kind of conversations, even about these people, I'm with y'all. Like, if you don't talk about it, we don't care about it. So just shut up. You know what I'm saying? Again, but it's funny. I'm gonna make fun of you. I make fun of you. I make fun of all your kids, no matter what gender they are. So again, Black, you be so proud of everybody. They just showing up for you, man. Giving all the work. Yes, sir.
That's Lamar down there with them glasses and his microphone showing out there.
I just want y'all to know Black will be so proud of y'all tonight. Y'all doing such a great job for him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The main event of the hour. Rick Ross. You know, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a Rick Ross fan. I never listened to his music. Matter of fact, the first time I even heard about who Rick Ross was when 50 Cent was making fun of him about him being a security guard. I didn't know nothing about Rick Ross, but apparently he's overcame that. You know what I'm saying? He's like he big time. So, I really found this interesting because Rick Ross was on TMZ, and they were asking him about his dealings in Fayetteville. He does this car show. I think this is going to be the second year he's done this car show. So apparently he brought this whole car show to Fayetteville. Man, the dude got 400 acres of land. Yeah. It's like, bro, that's almost a little small town in West Texas. I was like, wow, dude. But apparently, as they were talking to him, he was saying that he may run for mayor of Fayetteville. I was like, well, I mean, if Jay-Z can buy a football team and all these other people, it was some other rapper or singer that ran for, or Arnold Schwarzenegger can be. Why can't a rapper be one, right? So I don't know. Would y'all want, if y'all could, what entertainer would you desire to see run for a city manager in your town?
Not now. Definitely not him. He's not even that intelligent.
Definitely not Rick Ross.
Nah. Mm-mm.
You think what?
First of all, it ain't gonna happen. He ain't gonna win.
Sure.
It's what 2% blacks, I think, in Fayetteville, where he is. These white folk are not about to put you. First of all, they already mad and you making all this noise and bringing all these Negroes to the community on your property.
But it's bringing money.
They used to be owned by a respectable black man, Evander Holyfield.
Is that what he bought?
Yeah, he bought his house. He bought his house. Yeah,
it's the biggest house in Georgia, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he has 2,000 plus cars on the lawn for these
Crazy.
Events. I watched one the other day on the YouTube. I don't think it's going to happen. It is bringing money to the city. I mean, I think it's bringing money to the city, but I don't think the voters give a crap about that.
Right.
The city don't, but the voters don't.
Sister, you couldn't think of nobody?
I can't think of nobody, and I sure don't want him. Last I checked, wasn't he like underpaying his staff? They wasn't even making minimum wage. Minimum wage, but they still got to buy their own uniforms and all that stuff. And no, he gonna be taking the city money and buying cars and piece and chains, and ain't nobody got time for that.
They might well get Andrew Gillum. He probably win over him.
Oh, what that picture at? No, I
ain't got it. I wish I had it.
Kenny, you can't think of nobody?
Oh yeah, I thought of two. I'll let you. I thought two. David Banner would be one. Intelligent, conscious brother out of Mississippi. David Banner and Big Mike would be the other ones that I believe.
Killer Mike.
Yeah, Killer Mike. I'm sorry. Yeah, Killer Mike.
Yeah, I give that one.
Killer Mike and David Banner. David Banner, I follow him, and he's definitely on top of his game. So yeah, those two. Yeah. But as far as Ricky Rose, the former correctional officer, which is fine. I ain't tripping on him, working for the law enforcement. But no, man, you can't even pay your people working at Wingstop. So why would I trust you running a city budget? You know what I mean? So no.
He won't even put a shirt on. He gonna be all on the panel with his shirt off. And
then him and DJ Envy been going back and forth. I don't know if you've seen that, Lamar.
And the latest is him talking about DJ Envy's wife.
Right, exactly. So
talking about she can grease his pickleball paddle or something. So it's gonna get real on the morning show tomorrow.
It's getting kind of grimy now. So now I wouldn't want Rick Ross being no politician. But Donald Trump was elected president, so anything can happen.
My point is that
that's different. I'll be honest. That's he got some influence, and he know how to get some people around him. I think. Because it wasn't the world wasn't horrible when Trump was president. I'm just saying that's an uncommon opinion for the blacks. But I think things were fine. other than the racial tension.
I don't know. Right. Miss
But,
Toria, I respectfully disagree with you on that, Miss Toria, but okay.
I'm surprised you wouldn't have said Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z would be another one. Yeah, Jay-Z. Yeah.
I don't know his politics.
Y'all need to come on, man. Jay-Z won't even do his hair no more.
The thing, to be honest, like a lot of these rappers, y'all don't know. A lot of these rich rappers are not Democrats. First of all, they're Republicans. They just won't say it because they'll lose their base.
Right.
They most Republicans anyway. And it's just very weird to me that Rick Ross would go straight to mayor versus city council or alderman or something like that. How are you just gonna go straight to? Don't even know how the procedures or any of that, and just go be mayor? That's stupid. He should have went to Corsicana and tried.
That's funny.
Boy, you crazy.
That's funny. Now, see, Craig, I'm gonna tell you where Rick got that from. 50 Cent, man. 50 take it. Listen, he and I think he just kind of because he know that Envy guy don't have that much clout as he does. Right. And again, that's the same thing went with 50. Rick didn't have as much clout as 50 did, but he helped put that joke on the map a little bigger when he did that. So I don't know. I thought about it. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say 50 Cent and Envy took a picture together today, so I think they might be a little double team might about to happen. 50
that's because you know how petty 50 Cent is, because it's already be some pettiness now.
It's not good for a mayoral campaign to be beefing with somebody.
Right, dummy.
Right. Yeah.
Well, again, but we're changing the landscape of politics with Donald Trump. So
exactly. The game has changed. I agree.
Yeah.
Nobody cares anymore about dignity, integrity. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? So this fool gonna run and he gonna get put in jail. He don't care.
So, gonna win while he in jail.
I thought about probably the most civilized person would probably be Common. Pretty civilized.
Yeah, he's pretty low key.
People with all the council women though, because they say you sleep around a lot.
Yeah, man. Them light skinned brothers be throwing that cane around like that. You feel me?
He's probably with Jennifer Hudson right now, ain't he?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
They rumored to be together right now.
Yeah,
he with everybody. Y'all know he's community peen. He gonna be one of them dudes with a wig on in the sorority house. He ain't no.
Oh man,
that's the Washington way though.
Yeah. Right. Maybe Shirley Caesar.
Come on now. Oh Lord. Oh boy. Here we go.
We sure ain't getting no preachers. No, sir. Had a whole city serving the wrong guy. Trump won because he understands business. Rick Ross don't know nothing but cars and some food.
That's true. You're right, Craig. You're right. That's all he knows. You're right.
Well, y'all, we're gonna keep y'all posted, man. We are making a mosh pot of this foolery. Just life is no longer the same. It's not gonna make sense to us anymore. So I don't know. What you say? It's not being Republican that's bad. It's being a fool. Yeah, he made it easy for people like DeSantis to turn the clock back.
Oh that fool in Florida. That's a fool.
Yeah, he a real fool.
He a real fool.
All right, y'all. Let's keep it moving, man. Here's another new segment of the show that I really enjoyed. I like when we talk, and since I had to bring the lamb from the bush, I wanted to bring this question up, man. I had another one, but I'm gonna wait because I need Black to answer this other question for me. But so I wanted to keep it more logical. So in our Black Love series, we talk about Black love, and now we've established that Black love is just you, how you love the people around you, how you love the people you spend time with. So there's no book, there's no identity, there's nothing set in stone. It's just who you are as a person. And so today I wanted to talk about another topic that I think we kind of don't spend a lot of time on conversating about, and that's what's most important in a relationship. And a lot of times you think about just the romantic relationship, but if we were to ask ourselves this question, what is most important in a relationship? Can something be equally as important, whether it's romantic, friendship, parental, or even just with your neighbor? However you want to answer it. If you want it to be more geared towards romance, if what most important is something in the romantic relationship, well, let's just talk about it. So I just wanted to get you guys thoughts. Kenny, I'll start with you. What would be most important in a relationship?
It's funny. This is a great question because I think the more born days you have, your logic and your thought processes evolves. It changes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you would have asked me this question probably in my 20s, I would have said that the physical attraction is what's most important to me.
Okay.
Point blank in my 20s.
Okay.
Now that I'm in my 50s, trust. Trust is the most important thing to me in a relationship, because I have to be able to trust that my woman is gonna have my back through thick and thin, through the ups and the downs. Sometimes you might have to give a little bit more than I can give, but it's about each other's having each other back, and it's about trusting that you're gonna be here for the long haul, not when everything is good, but be here when it's not so good. So trust is definitely number one on my list.
See, I love to, again, this is why I love talking to us, because now you have kind of brought the question in a little further, which I think that's most important, because this is what we do need to continue to talk about. There is an evolution as we become older in age. And like you said, it's changing, because when you were younger, it was something different. When you older, it's something different. So, sister, can I amend the question? What was most important when you were younger versus what's most important now?
When I was younger, I thought the most important thing was like romance, like that type of thing. I felt like you had to keep the romance going in your relationship, which is I think it's important. I mean, I think it's fun. It's just an additive. But the most important thing today is, I believe, friendship, because I believe friendship encompasses all those things. If you think of your both platonic and your romantic friendships, it encompasses all those, like that communication, that trust, that unconditional love, like you may have for your friend, the want to do for your friend and hold them down when they're going through things and expecting that in return. I just think when you are friends, when that romance part is gone, and or say God forbid something happens where the other person can't be romantically there for the other partner, you're still going to stay there because you still have that love and respect for each other as friends and family.
Great. I appreciate it. And again, this is the beauty of when we do have this conversation. For instance, like what we're saying, and we're talking about these things and we're making our points of view. It's important that this is why young people should not be rushing into these relationships, because who you like in your 20s, you may not like in your 30s. and again, what your maturation level at 18 won't be the same when you're 28. And so it's you have to allow space for your mind, for who you are as a person to develop, to mature. So, I love it. Yeah. Okay. Come on, Lam. Let me have it.
Same question as Devin. What
was most important when you were younger versus what's most important now?
When I was younger, it used to be that feeling of being in love, whatever that feeling feels like. Feeling like being in love. Now I can do without the love portion, because Ike loved the wig off of Tina, and OJ loved the hell out of Nicole, right? So I can do without the love. I need the respect and the trust. That's all I need. That's it. Respect and trust. That equates to love for me. The just feeling of being in love. Yeah, I can have it. So that's it.
Amazing. Yeah. So when I thought about this, I thought about it from the perspective of my belief, and ultimately, when I was younger, and here's what I believe. I believe most people, and I say most people, I won't say everybody, but the majority of people don't experience this, but we all we all have entered into a relationship with a deficit. And what I mean by that is none of us were whole because we were always lacking something, whether it was uh, emotionally or physically. We grew up with deficit because maybe it was our parents that we didn't have a good example, or maybe it was experiences, maybe it was some type of trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but I know people, and I'm saying we've all, a lot of us have experienced some type of abuse, whether it's sexually, emotionally, or somebody beating you. That creates deficits, right? And it doesn't allow you to be a whole person for the other person. Why? Because you're trying to work through your own deficit. So what I know now is that I brought to the table, now here I'm almost been married for 18 years. I brought a lot of dysfunction to the table. And I had a lot of ideas where if I treat my wife a certain type of way, then I was to expect her to reciprocate in kind. So I brought to the table at first, I didn't want to marry somebody that was sexually abused, because when I dated somebody like that, it was very difficult for her to be intimate with me. Like she couldn't show me affection. And that bothered me because I was abused. So I needed that affection to validate me. Now that I've grown up and, you know what I'm saying, I'm 40 and I've gone through things and I've educated myself a lot better now, even through my beliefs, it's now more important for me to make sure that I don't give my children deficits to take into their relationships. And at the same time, I've learned that in my relationship with my wife, the most important thing is what Kenny said, is trust for me. And it's because out of all the affection, out of all the love, out of all the things you can give, none of that matters when y'all mad at each other.
Right.
None of that matters when there is a misunderstanding. Like if my wife don't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth, we'll never get nowhere. If I don't trust that my wife means what she says, man, listen, this thing up here, this thing is dangerous, y'all. It's like a haunted house sometimes, especially if you ain't got your head on straight. And even if you do, sometimes folks don't want to go in there, especially
Right.
if you open the wrong door,
Right.
right? And so it is trust for me, because once you trust somebody, well, then all those other things will kind of just have its place. That's just my opinion and what I thought. Anybody want to add anything else to that? Because I just thought that was a really good question to talk about.
The only thing I would add, Brother Brent, is, and this is something that I definitely, this is my motto: follow your heart, but take your brain with you. My thing is, I still think you should want to feel. I think as human beings, we do naturally want to be loved. I think love is a natural emotion, and it's okay to follow your heart, but take your brain with you. And that's my motto I live by.
Oh, Craig.
I think it's more the experiences in those with those partners, Craig, that creates the deficit.
Yeah, I would think so.
Nah, I don't know about that one.
And I think, well, Craig, because what I think I hear you saying, I don't know if you're talking about it in some type of spiritual aspect. Like I can see that just from how I believe, because of those things where it creates a bond for me. And again, that's just how I believe. So I can see that, but I'll also say this: it creates expectations for somebody else. Like if you run it through 10 different women and they all do 10 different things, well, that one woman you're gonna try to be monogamous with is gonna have a hard time with you. She's gonna have a hard time with you.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
go ahead.
True. And then now you transferring a whole bunch of sexual spirits with different people. That could, that's tough. That's a tough thing.
Yeah, it's a lot there. It's a lot there.
How do you change spirits if you're wrapping up?
See, I think you equating the physical part with the emotional
about the physical part. I was talking both emotional and
I
physical.
thought juices change, and I don't feel like it's really connotative in sex. I always say that on the name.
In terms of experiencing too many broken hearts, yeah, Doc. I see. Again, you're talking about, for me, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're referring to the intimacy part. Like, here it is. I don't believe all women think this way, but I know the women I've experienced, some of them think this way. And I can be corrected if I'm wrong, but this is just where I stand. Like, some women use, you know what I'm saying, that part of their body to try to manipulate situations. Again, not all of them, but some of them do. And again, I think that's a part of the whole deficit thing for me. Again, there's a tangled web in sex, and some people are thinking it's more important than other people. But then there's no conversation, because it's when you do have sex with some people, they take that as a form of acceptance or emotional acceptance of, oh, we together and it's just us. Dudes don't think like that. So
I think you could be in the same relationship for 20, 30 years and be as broken, damaged, and toxic as someone who's been in multiple relationships. Because if you were in a horrible relationship for 30 years, you're still developing baggage. Yeah. And you're still learning toxic traits, and you just have them in that relationship, and then you just take them to another. So I think you can be in, and I know from experience, you can be in a relationship with one person and have broken heart after broken heart and disappointment after disappointment. Right. So I just think that time just teaches you wisdom, and and kind of how to move forward, in the future.
Great topic, y'all. I'll say this as I close. We don't know what the future holds in any relationship, but I will say this. It's very important to be with somebody you trust, because if tragedy hits, it exposes a lot of dysfunction. Like, I never want to experience losing a child with my wife. I can only imagine where that takes you mentally, and to try to come back together with, that's not something I want to. And again, that's just one thing that could enter into a relationship that hadn't taken place. So it's just, relationships have their ups and downs, man. And so if you're not solid in certain areas, it's going to expose a lot of issues for y'all relationship. So, again, everybody gets together with somebody thinking that there's nothing. Well, I'm saying this tongue in cheek, but I'm saying we're not thinking about the person we want to be with as though, hey, I need you to be with me because when my mama died, or my daddy died, or something happened, yeah, you good for that. No, we're thinking about all good stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we're thinking about is the good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And so even when you, okay, I'm sorry, I don't take rabbit holes, but all right, great topic. Again, this is why I'm going to include this in our show every week, because it's so much to talk about. And it's just good to have conversation, man, that y'all can go have conversation with other people.
Right.
So, yeah. So, all right. Thank y'all for going into that conversation with me. Man, it's been a great show. Listen, Lamb, Levity, whoever you are, man, I should call you Sybil.
Yeah, whoever you are.
You just got so many personalities around here. What you say, Miss Tori? And then we'll get out of here. It is very hard, and I never want to experience that Brenton having gone. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Miss Tori, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. Yes, listen, great show, man. Listen, my brother, I appreciate you, man. I know what you did to get on here, and I thank you so much, man, for doing that for me, man. And again, hopefully Lee will get all those double booked $7 get one free women, and he show up next week, and we'll do this thing. So I appreciate y'all. Listen, it's final thoughts time, man. Great show. I can't wait to go back and watch this. We laid down a lot of nuggets, And listen, y'all still got time. Tip these folks for these talking points because we gave a lot of good ones. So, Brother Kenny, my brother, thank you as always. Give me your final thoughts, man.
My final thoughts is hell of a show. The Denver Nuggets are up 82-81 on the Lakers right now.
Oh, wow.
Late in the third. They were down by 15. So we're going to see this thing going to tie the end. But just on the Black Love series, Brendan, I want to tip my hat to you, brother, for doing this because I think this is very important, especially that Black men and Black women, we sit and we talk and we have 3 intelligent brothers on here, an intelligent, beautiful sister, where we can talk about some of the trials of Black love or love in general. Relationship matters in general, no matter what race you are. So I definitely love this segment because it actually helps me, man. To be honest with you, it definitely helps me to be able to express myself on some things. Because love is a dangerous game, man. But it's nothing wrong with being in love either, because that's a natural emotion. So anyway, that was my final thoughts.
Man, I appreciate that. Good stuff, sister. Always a pleasure. You know, I'll never do the show without you now again. I wouldn't do the show without none of y'all no more now. So just so y'all know, if one of them ain't gonna be here, that's probably why we ain't doing the show.
and he right about that. He probably
I'm
right
being
about
serious.
That too.
I'm being serious. You know, Lee hit me with that last minute, boy, but that's all right. My boy came through, but I just ain't doing the show without y'all no more. I ain't doing that. Just tell you.
What I want to say is to everybody, the best way to make your relationship have longevity is, well, number one, you have to work as a unit. And number two, you got to keep people out your business, whether it's your mama and them, your cousin them, your homegirl them, your co-workers, because everybody gonna always have an opinion about your relationship and tell you what they ain't gonna put up with and what they would do. And then they over there living like Ike and Tina behind their own doors. So keep your business to yourself. And hey, Demi.
Hey,
I
Demi.
know. Hey, girl.
How you doing? We missed
had
you.
back surgery. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
Hope you get well.
Yeah, get better. Speedy recovery to you.
Listen, get some of them Michael Jackson pills. I heard it do wonders.
No.
Thank you, Miss Tori. I appreciate that. And listen, I love hearing everybody's perspective. You definitely have a great night too as well. My brother, listen, the world renowned. Listen, y'all, if you want to see a man who know how to hustle, hey, he is down there. Get that paper.
So. Yes,
give me your final thoughts, bro.
It's always a pleasure. And I really do I love that segment, the Black Love segment. While I'm not hitched, if you will, I'm divorced since 2014. Have no interest in being in a relationship, married ever again. I enjoy listening to that segment. It's interesting.
Well, thank you.
I love it, and I enjoy being on the show. And I really love hanging out with you all. And that's all I got.
Somebody will make you change your mind. Somebody will make you change your mind.
We shall see. We'll see. The Lord going to place him in front of me and say, "Hey, this is her."
Well, Cupid gonna shoot you in your ass, and you ain't gonna even know what happened, brother.
Listen, have you ever gone to a restaurant and order without looking at the menu?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've seen Lamar's menu. I don't think she can handle all that.
Oh,
he got some demands on. He got some demands out there.
Oh boy. I was getting ready to say pause for a minute. I'm like, what What?
I'm just telling you. I've seen it.
You seen his menu, Brent?
I've seen his menu before.
What's on his menu?
What are you talking about?
Franks and beans. He got Franks and beans on his menu.
I'm just saying, listen. You know how you want the edges on the bread cut off before you grill it, and you gotta have the sharp cheddar. It's specific.
And I accept I'm a lot right now. I'm not good with nobody at this point. I'm very selfish right now, trying to catch up.
You'll find somebody. I ain't shit. I ain't been shit for years, and I always find somebody to be willing to put up with me. It's somebody for everybody.
Black, you so proud. Y'all be so proud of them tonight, boy. You hear me? I mean, she ain't been as transparent in months. You hear me?
Thank you, Tori.
Oh man.
Oh my God. What y'all say? Oh, somebody said something. Y'all know my thing is slow. She said somebody gonna snatch you up, Lamb. You a good man.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone out there just for you. God will send her.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good
All
to
right,
me.
there you go.
Oh, Demi, she said it's her second one.
No.
Oh wow.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, get better. Listen, get that heating pad on there. I know it works. Well, I don't know. Don't take no advice from me. I ain't no.
Please don't put no heat on that car.
Thank you, Devin.
You don't prescribe propofol and heating.
Right,
Take her out.
right. Man, what are you doing, Dr. Kevorkian?
I'm gonna do my final thought. That's all I'm gonna do.
There you go.
Okay.
Dr. Kevorkian.
Okay, listen, y'all know I got these questions for y'all, so I got one for you. When someone says they have finally hit a brick wall or have hit rock bottom, what would you think they were talking about? What if you had to think about you hitting a brick wall or somebody else you know or they hitting rock bottom? What comes to mind?
End of their rope. They stretch. They're within.
They at the end of the road, like boys and men. They done hit the end of the road.
Okay, what you say, sister?
I like that. End of the road.
Okay, at the end of their rope. All right. Well, if hitting a brick wall or hitting rock bottom was a person, it's probably what it looked like, y'all. Hold on.
Oh.
I'm glad I was muted because I cussed. I'm sorry. I wouldn't expected it. I was expecting a wall.
Well, I mean, as close as I can get, y'all. I'm sorry. Well, I probably could find a fool hit a wall. I don't know what that was contextually, so I don't. But I'm just telling y'all that if that's where we headed, man. Like people are really losing their stability mentally, and I just want us to be careful out there, man. So listen, what I'm saying is, if somebody telling you that, check on them. Especially, but definitely don't let them use your car. Listen, and don't let them Uber. Nope. You can get that bicycle out the garage because you're not using my car because you just told me you feeling some type of way. I ain't playing that.
Yeah, man.
What you say, Miss Tori? She said I'm out. I try my best.
Yeah, he do, Miss Tori.
Look at Master. Hey, look at that prophet.
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir. Y'all gonna make me show that video one more time. Just give prophet one more time. Listen, if anybody want to borrow your car and they not doing well mentally, yeah.
All
right. Yes, sir.
Demi, you know I got you.
She said, once I'm on the men, okay, I would love some pointers on starting. Okay. Oh, you talking to him. Oh.
Okay, that's what's up.
I thought you were saying something else. Well, listen, great show again, ladies and gentlemen. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. That's Kenny, that's Lamb, and that's Devin. We're going to see y'all on Monday. Black will be back.